Alright guys, we're going to look at addition and subtraction. So first we're going to start off basic. So 523. Let's go ahead and go into the thousands. So 5,231 plus 4,452. So first we're going to start off with no regrouping. So you can think of these as separate items here. You can look at them at their place value chart. So in the ones place, we have 1 1 plus 2 ones. It would be 3. 3 and 5, when we combine those, is 8. 2 plus 4 is 6. And 5 and 4 is 9. So our answer is 9,683. That was no regrouping. Now, let's do another. And let's do some regrouping. So let's say I have 5,473 plus 6,592. Okay. So again, you can make lines if that helps you. 3 and 2 is 5. 9 plus 7 is 16. I can't fit 2 digits in a place value column, so I have to regroup. So 16, the ones place is going to stay, and I'm going to regroup this because this is the same as 16 tens, which is the same as 160. So notice the 1 is in the hundreds place, the 6 is in the tens place. 1 and 4 is 5, 5 and 5 is 10, so same thing, I'm going to regroup. And I want to make sure I can't forget about the number I've regrouped. 5 and 1 is 6, plus another 6 is 12. So 12,065. All right, next, get into subtraction. All right, so if I have 4,563 minus 2,341. We're going to start with no regrouping. Again, if it helps you to put those lines to separate the place value columns, go ahead. 3 minus 1 is 2. 6 minus 4 is 2. 5 minus 3 is 2. And 4 minus 2 is 2. Oh, 2,222. It's a fun answer. Alrighty. Get all this off here. Alright. Now let's do some regrouping. So let's say we have 6,421 minus 4,632. All right, now when you take something away, you have to have value in, like you can't take away from something that you don't have enough of. So for example, if I have 2 apples, I can't do 2 minus 3. This means that I have 2 apples and I want to give away 3 apples. Well, I don't have 3 apples. I only have 2 apples. So this number on top has to be larger than the digit on the bottom. So you have to be very careful and make sure that everything on top is larger. So right now I can already see that I'm going to have some problems. So I see that the 1 is smaller, the 2 is smaller, and the 4 is smaller. So I've got lots of things that I'm going to have to do with regrouping. So I know I can't do 1 minus 2. Again, if I had $1, I couldn't give you $2. So I'm just going to put a little line to X that out. And I'm going to go and I'm going to borrow a 10. Now I can borrow a 10 and I can move it. So if I have 110, remember that's the same, I drew a stick, that's the same as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 ones. So we can take 110 and we can regroup it as 10 ones. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take away 1. So I'm going to cross it out. And if I had 2 10s and I take 1 away, it's no longer there. I'm only left with 1. So I'm going to put my 1 there. And then if I move those and now I want them to be 1s, that means I have 10 1s plus the 1 that was already there. So I just stick that 10 in front and now I have 11. Okay. Now 11 is greater than 2. So I could go ahead and go there, but I'm going to keep going because I want everything. I like to have everything on top ready to go. 1 minus 3. I know I can't do that. So again, now I'm going to go to my hundreds because the hundreds has 4. So I'm going to borrow 1 and I'm going to make that a 3. And the 1 that I took away is going to go right in front of my tens place. Okay. I just add it right in front, just like I did here on the ones. Now 11 is greater than 3, so I'm okay. Let's look at the hundreds place. 300 minus 600. I know I can't do that. So again, I'm going to go to the thousands. I'm going to regroup. The 1 that I took away is going to go in front of that digit. Now I have 13 and a 6. The 13 is larger, so I'm good. The 5 is larger than the 4, so I'm good. All my numbers on top are now larger than they are on the bottom. So now I can start subtracting. So I'm going to put 2 in my head, and I'm going to count on until I get to 11. So 2 goes into my head, and I can count on my fingers. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 9. Put 3 in my head, next number. And I'm going to count on to 11. So 3, and then on my fingers, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 8. Next one, 6. I'm going to put 6 in my head, and on my fingers, I'm going to count 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 7. In my head, I'm going to put 4. And then on my fingers, I'm going to say 5, and that's only 1. Okay, so 1,789 is my answer. Now I can check 1,789. I can check by taking my answer, and I can add it to this middle number, 4,632. And if I get back up to this number right here, then that means I'm good. So I can add this plus this, and it should equal to this right here. Okay? So 9 and 2, 9, 10, 11, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, regroup. 7 and 7 is 14. 4, 5, 6. So see how I have 6,421, 6,421. So those match. So I know I did it correct. All right. Now, get rid of all this. All right, now let's try one. And this time, oops, I missed some. This time, we're going to look at a number where we have a lot of zeros. Actually, I'm going to move it down a little bit so you can see more of the top. All right, so 6,000 minus 5,430. Okay, so here, again, I'm going to look at each column. 0 minus 0, I can do that. 0 minus 3, I can't. So if I have nothing, I can't give you 3 of nothing. There's no value here. So I can't give you 3 of something if I have nothing. So I'm going to go cross that out, and I'm going to go next door. But next door doesn't have anything for me either. So I'm going to cross him out. And I'm going to keep moving along the line until I find something with value. This right here, this 6, now we're talking. So if I take 1 away from the 6, I'm left with a 5. Now I have to work that value out, that 1,000 that I took, I have to turn it into 100, and I have to turn it into the 10. So I have to make my way all the way back. So the way that that looks is, remember, if you take 1 away, you put it in front of the number that's already there. So there was already a 0, so I'm going to just put a 1 in front. Now I have 10. So do you agree that 1,000 is the same as 10 hundreds? If not, count 100 until you get to all 10 fingers. And you'll see that that's the same as 1,000. So I haven't changed my value. I'm just reworking it to where it's in the right spot so I can use it. Okay. So I still can't do anything in my tens place. So this 10, now there's value that I can borrow from. So I'm going to take 1 away from the 10, and I'm going to turn it into a 9. And the 1 that I took away is going to go in front of my number that was already there. So there was already a 0, and I put the 1 in front. Now I'm ready to count. So 10 minus 3, I'm going to put 3 in my head, and I'm going to count on until I get to 10. So 3, and then on my fingers, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7. I'm going to put 4 in my head, and I'm going to count on my fingers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 5. And then 5 minus 5 is 0, so you don't have to put anything there. And now we have our answer. But before we say it's our answer, we want to make sure that we double check. So remember, we're going to take 570, we're going to add it to 5,430, and that should equal to 6,000. So let's test it out. 5,430, 570. We're going to add them to check. 0, 0, 0. 7 plus 3 is 10. 4 and 1 is 5, plus 5 more is 10. And 5 and 1 is 6. So there's the 6,000. Here's the 6,000. Those numbers match. So I know that I did it correctly, meaning 570 is my answer. All right, so you guys go ahead and look at how you did on the addition and subtraction, and you can go back and you can find which video fit your type of problem. Is it something that you're getting stuck on where you're regrouping? Did you try to do it in your head and not work it out like I asked you to? So go back and see kind of where you're making those mistakes, and rewatch this. You can pause it, you can fast forward it to the spot that you need help on, and rewatch it each time, and then try to do it on your own. Okay. All right, thanks for watching.